Member Reed, Senator Rounds.
Thank you, Madam Chair. First of all, let me just say thank you to both of you and your families for allowing you to continue your service to our country. Mr. Obadal, the Army has exhibited outstanding leadership developing our nation's cyber war fighters and should be commended. I was at Fort Eisenhower in July last year, and I was very impressed with the Cyber Center of Excellence and Army Cyber Command. Dakota State University and Army Cyber Command have a very special relationship. DSU provides both professors and professional training for the Army's Cyber Center of Excellence on Fort Eisenhower. And the Army allows cyber operators to help teach classes and provide training at DSU. The Army has sponsored the DSU SCIF reaccreditation for the mutual benefit of both organizations and our nation. Unfortunately, the SCI reaccreditation has been delayed by bureaucratic hurdles and inertia for months, although I do believe that we are on the verge of finally completing this endeavor and getting that SCIF reaccredited. If confirmed, will you commit to expediting the reaccreditation of the DSU SCIF in Madison, South Dakota, and the accreditation of their new SCIF facility in Sioux Falls?
Senator, I thank you for the question, and thank you for the time that we spent last week talking about cyber in the Army. As I said then, I believe cyber is ubiquitous. The operations are ubiquitous, both protecting our own forces and being able to apply effects on the adversary without kinetic use of weapons. Anything that advances that capability for Army Cyber Command, I would be wholeheartedly in support of if confirmed, and I would commit to trying to understand the issue and why the SCIF accreditation for those two facilities has taken so long.
Thank you, sir. I'll take that as is you'll work with us and we'll get to the bottom of this, okay?
Absolutely, Senator.
Thank you. Mr. O'Keefe, this committee has historically been supportive of providing special authority to the Department of Defense so that it can better manage its military and civilian cyber personnel. You've worked on much of that legislation. In your judgment, how useful are these authorities and what more could be done to improve talent management for military and civilian cyber professionals?
Senator, this committee, as you mentioned, has taken a keen interest in making sure that the Department of Defense has the authorities necessary to appeal to this highly technical workforce, both the military and the civilian side. In my judgment, I think the Cyber Accepted Service, which is currently in place in Cybercom, is a good start. I continue to hear stories that we are losing civilians out of Cyber Command to other government agencies who have perhaps more flexible authorities. I think that's an area to take a look at. Working with the CIO and our friend Ms. Sutton, if confirmed, I think there's a good potential there to come and work with the Congress to continue to make Cyber Accepted Service more appealing and more effective. Certainly DoD is always perhaps may struggle competing with the private sector. There are certain things the private sector can do that DoD just won't be able to do. But it shouldn't be the case that DoD is losing talent to other government agencies. We should be on an even footing there. On the military side, I'm quite encouraged by the things I'm seeing out of the Army. They have a pretty robust talent management group that is, I think, taken the lead in using many of the authorities that the Congress has provided. Things like accelerated promotions, different ways to more flexibly structure a career, and that's encouraging as well. On the military side, I do think there's more room to better integrate the active and the reserve components, because in cyber, that is perhaps a particularly useful approach. As the private sector tends to be where you get a lot of the innovation. So we want to make sure that the reserve components are a place where we can bring talent back into the government who have that very relevant and critical private sector experience as well.
Thank you. And look, gentlemen, I just think that your technical expertise, your capabilities, and your background are both well fitted for the positions that you have been nominated for, and look forward to supporting your nominations in the next few days or as quickly as possible. Thank you. Thank you, Madam Chair.